Hi friends, this is Selvijay here. Welcome to my networking channel. Hope all are doing good and safe. And today let us discuss about the topic OSPF Stub Area. So this is an architecture where I connected R1, R2 and R3. So R1 and R2 I connected in area 0 and R3 is in area 1. So R2 is an area border router which is used to interconnect different areas. Right? So it has two interfaces. One interface lies in area 0 and another interface resides in area 1. So this R2 is an area border router. So this area 1 I have configured as a stub area which is used to block the external routes. That means routes from a non-OSPF domain, right? So that is the purpose of external route. The stub area is used to block external routes from a non-OSPF domain. So stub area contains the intra area route. That's the routes within an area, what we call as an O. And inter area route, that is the routes from an OSPF area, and also it uses a default route. So why the default route is used to reach the external networks? So that default route is pushed by R2. That is ABR will push a default route to the stub area and stub area will use as a default route to reach the external networks. So now let us go to the configuration and let us configure the OSPF routing on all these three routers. Then after that let us enable stub area on R2 and R3 area 1, right? So now let us go to the configuration, go to R1 and now let us go to the configuration mode. Enable the routing protocol OSPF 100. So followed by network 192.168.1.0, that is a network thing, right? Followed by the wildcard mask and area 0. So this resides in area 0, right? This network resides in area 0. So this we already configured 1.0. Similarly, go to R2. R2 is an area border router, right? So go to the configuration mode and router OSPF 100. So it has two networks connected, right? One is 1.0 and 2.0. So network 192.168, let us see. It has two networks 1.0 and 2.0. So let us define the networks 0.0.0.55 followed by area 0. So another network is 2.0 which resides in area 1. So that is the reason we call R2 as a area border router, since it used to interconnect multiple areas. Similarly, go to R3 and let us configure the routing protocol OSPF 100. Router OSPF 100 followed by only it has one network 192.168.2.0 followed by 0.0.0.55 and it resides in area 1. So I already enabled the routing protocol on OSPF, right? That is the routing protocol enabled on R1, R2 and R3. So now before that, let us check the neighbor relationship. Show IP OSPF neighbor. So still it is not established. Let us check. Show IP OSPF. So it should show the full state. Still it is showing extort state, right? So that means it's trying to establish a neighbor relationship. Let us check R3. Show IP OSPF neighbor. So now let us check R1. It has already established a neighbor relationship, right? So it should show full DR. Full means it is already synchronized with the neighbor. Similarly, R2 has also formed a full neighbor relationship. So let us see the OSPF neighbor. It is already established. Similarly, go to R3 and check the neighbor. So first thing you have to always check the neighbor relationship. Show IP OSPF neighbor. So it is already established a neighbor relationship, and I already told what is the purpose of stub area. It is used to block the external routes. That's the routes from a non-OSPF domain, right? So what I can do, I'm going to configure this as an ASBR. What is ASBR is autonomous system boundary router, which is used to redistribute the external routes. So I already configured the connected interfaces 3.3.3. So this interface I'm going to redistribute via this ASBR. R3 I'm going to configure as an ASBR. So how we can do that? Go to the configuration mode and router OSPF 100 and redistribute connector subnets, right? So I'm going to redistribute this routing, redistribute this 3.3 as a connector interface to this R3, right? So R3 will, as an ASBR, it will redistribute these external routes into the domain. So still I have not configured the stub area. So now let us see what are the routing information it contains. Show IP route OSPF. So it contains an intra area route, right? That's the routes from other areas. Similarly, let us check in from R1. Show IP route OSPF. So we're able to see the redistributed routes, right? In R1, we are able to see 3.3 as an external route, right? So let us see in R3. It is allowing the external route. How we can see? Show IP OSPF database. So it will show the external router, right? External route is type 5. We call it as a type 5 LSA. So it is redistributing this external route via this ASBR, right? So how we can prevent this? By configuring the stub routing. So once we configure this area 1 as a stub area, this will block the external route. So let us go and configure configuration mode. So router OSPF 100. So let us configure area 1 as a stub area. Similar way, go to R2 and let us configure as a stub area. Configuration mode router OSPF 100. Area 1 is stub. So this also I configured as a stub area. So immediately we are able to see, right, router is currently an ASBR. So this router is ASBR while having only one area which is stub area. That means this is stub area. So this stub area will block the external route. So it will not allow this route into this domain, right? So that's the reason we're able to see show IP route OSPF. So we're able to see only the inter area route. OAA is a inter area route from an OSPF domain, and it has a default route to reach the external route. It does not contain any external route. That is a redistributed route. I have already redistributed 3.3.3, but it is not showing, right? So let us check the IP OSPF database. That is a topology database. So in the topology database, you are not able to see the external route. It should show as a type 5 LS. You are not able to see it, right? So let us see here. See, you are able to see, right? So previously it was redistributed external route, and this external route will show in as OE2 in R1. You are able to not able to see the external route also in R1 because this stub area will totally block the external route. So that is the main purpose of stub area. So even assuming R1, I have defined the loopback address 1.1.1. So let us redistribute this 1.1.1. Let us see whether it is appearing in the stub area. So go to the configuration mode and router OSPF 100. I'm going to redistribute the connected subnets. So still it will not appear here because stub area will totally block the external route because it contains only an inter area route and a default route. So that default route is used to reach the external networks. So that is the main purpose of stub area. The key points you have to remember is stub area contains the intra area route, inter area route and a default route. That default route is used to reach the external networks, and it is mainly used to block the external networks. That is a routes from a non-OSPF domain or from any other domain, maybe either EGRP or RIP domain, right? So totally block the external route. That is the main purpose of stub area. I hope you understood. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.